Studio. I have some very, very special guests with us this morning. Now, typically this time of day on Tuesdays, we catch up with the Summit Foundation, which is where Jennifer is from. But David here happens to be a very, very special guest. And Jennifer, I'm just going to let you tell us a little bit why is David here with you today?
Well, we're very lucky to have David here with us today. He is donating his storytelling and his photography expertise to us this Friday night to help support the foundation, and he's going to do a great presentation for us at CMC.
All right, now David, you and I just met, but you handed off this incredible book to me just to kind of flip through, and tell me a little bit about this book. What does this contain?
Well, what's interesting about the book is that we just published it November 15th. But I worked on it all last year while my wife and I were in Keystone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we just really finished the book and got it published. And there's 350 of my photographs in there of the 70,000 that I took during the 28,000-mile voyage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so 70,000 pictures and 350 of them made it into this book. And you were on this voyage. So what were you doing? What is this all about?
Well, this was a voyage to circumnavigate the North and South American continents. And the voyage was a scientific expedition to really explore the seas and the oceans, and to really present an ocean and sea awareness program designed mostly for kids, but also for the public to learn more about what's really happening with our seas and oceans and the issues surrounding North and South America.
Now, how did you get yourself involved in this?
I've been sailing around the world for about 20 years now. I've sailed over 65,000 miles and to both poles now, and 3 times to the Arctic. And I've seen the Arctic change quite a lot during that time over the last 20 years due to some climate change issues up there and a big loss of sea ice. So part of what we wanted to do was go back and study what was happening with the sea ice and some of these other issues going on.
Oh my gosh. Now, what are you doing in Summit County if you sail?
Well, you know, when you're sailing out on the ocean, you actually miss the mountains. You know, when you're sailing out there for a long time, all you think about is going for a hike. And so anyway, my wife and her parents are out here, and we came out to help them a little bit with some things. And also my wife's a ski instructor at Keystone, and I used to live in the mountains years ago, so we're just kind of getting back into all the things that are going on in the mountains and really enjoying everything out here. And I really wanted to be a bigger part of the community if possible, and the Summit Foundation is a great local entity that we should all support.
They sure are. So you are going to do a little speaking for us and kind of, you know, discuss your adventures, if you will. And so when is this going to be taking place?
7 o'clock at the CMC, and we'll do the presentation, and then afterwards I'll do some question and answer, which I really enjoy because there's always random questions that I never really know what quite is going to happen, but that's always really fun. So I'll talk about my background a little bit and how we sort of got into this whole program, and then go through the expedition and all that. And then afterwards I'll have some books available. We'll do a little book signing and really have a fun evening.
Wow. Okay, so this is going on this Friday night over at CMC, the new CMC in Breckenridge, 7 o'clock. So Jennifer, how do people get tickets?
So if you jump on our website at summitfoundation.org, you can buy tickets right there on the homepage. You can always call us at the office. You can stop by, and you can even just show up at CMC on Friday night, and we are happy to get you all set up.
And so just to kind of give us a little preview, David, what were some of the, you know, obviously doing an adventure like this, there's got to be so many elements to it, and I'm sure there's a little bit of danger involved. So what was the most dangerous part for you?
Well, the two ends of the spectrum, really the polar areas, are the most dangerous, really, because the conditions change so quickly. And I think many of you in the mountains understand this. When you're mountaineering up high, things change very quickly, and wind can come up out of nowhere. So for instance, down at Cape Horn, when we sailed to the southern point, the most famous sailor's landmark on Earth, we had 105 knots of wind, which is over 110 miles an hour.
Wow.
And so we barely got down there in a gale. We hunkered down in a little hurricane hole, and the wind was blowing 70 to 80 miles an hour, while we were at anchor there. And we battled this all night long, just trying to stay put where we were. And then waited for a weather window and finally made it around Cape Horn. So these are just some of the things that you encounter along the way. Plus, sailing in ice is very dangerous. And we finally made it through the Northwest Passage, and we got through. And then on the other side, you deal with icebergs and nightfall. So you're sailing in ice potentially at night, and you can run into icebergs and all kinds of things. So there's a lot of things that can happen out there at sea.
You must have the greatest wife on the planet.
Absolutely. My wife, Kirsty, is really great. And she actually sailed 1,200 miles of the trip with us and met us at a number of ports. So other than the 4 sailors that did the entire trip, and well, there were 31 other people, including scientists and lots of educators with us, I think my wife sailed the most on the boat.
Oh my gosh! Wow, we should give her a round of applause. She's here in the studio with us, but my goodness, I don't know how you do this. Well, if you want to find out more about David and also to contribute to the Summit Foundation, all the funds going to the Summit Foundation.
Actually, on Friday night, we're also going to be giving some of the funds to Colorado Mountain College since they're letting us host David's presentation there.
Sure.
So yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, check it out, 7 o'clock this Friday night. David and his adventures. I'll be doing a book signing. Don't miss it. It's going to be a fantastic conversation. And my gosh, if this is just the the tip of the iceberg, if you will. I can't even imagine what else.
Pardon the pun.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. It's morning TV. What are you gonna do? All right. We're gonna take a quick break here on Summit Sunrise. Don't go away. Still more to come. So stick around.